Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei Lost Everything and Went Back in Time Part 4. Before we start, please go support AndresFelipeSolanoDi for writing that awesome fanfic. Now let's begin. This is the translated version I made. There will be some wrong he or she calling here because it's translated, so let me clear this. Issei is a male in this story. Chapter 22. What will be your choice? Now that I had returned to Ilmenhold, things were a little more organized, referring to my clear objectives. Ilmenhold will take time to get used to, but it seems that she handles it well as Ravel accepted her and saw that she was not bad, just very arrogant, just like her in the past. Ilmenhold can surely learn from her. As for Toka, things were more complicated. I became part of my family to a girl from another world. I also brought sensitive information. Ravel was trembling, but he only said it's Issei, it doesn't matter, common sense doesn't apply, and he sighed, accepting the irremediably. Now we are in the pool ready to enjoy our vacation. Issei. Ha. This is life. Issei would be on an inflatable boat drinking coconut juice. Toka. Wow, this is a swimming pool. Ravel. Don't be surprised, Toka is something common in this world. Toka. It feels great. Issei. As always, Ravel supporting the family. Ilmenhold. You are not very calm. Issei. Issei. That swimsuit looks good on you. Ilmenhold. Baka silly moron pervert blushes. Issei. Haha, calm down, smiles. Ilmenhold. Pout hum. Issei. We don't deserve to be calm, nothing bad will happen, and if it happens it won't be now. Ilmenhold. True, but I'm worried that you'll relax too much and get careless. Issei. Don't worry, I never forget for a second. Ilmenhold. Smiles. Oh really? This would throw him out of the boat, leaving him in the water. Ilmenhold. Then that was not an oversight. Issei. Smiles. Hahaha, true it was. Ilmenhold. Puff. Hahaha, you are funny, you stay calm at all times, besides that very kind. Issei. I know I'm clumsy for being kind. Ilmenhold. Yes, but you know something, I like that part of you. Smiles. Issei. Blushes. Ilmenhold. Did I blush? Issei. No, it isn't true. Ilmenhold. It seems like I have your heart. Issei. That. You've always had that. Ilmenhold. Blushes. Baka. Issei. Revenge. Haha. Ilmenhold. Heaven sighs, this atmosphere is very fun. Issei. Yes it is. Ilmenhold. I hope to have fun like this in high school. Issei. So do I, but remember, you have to be smart and invent something that you don't know me or that you met me by chance. Ilmenhold. Why try so hard to hide? Issei. Because if good people know about me, bad people will do it too. Ilmenhold. I see. You're scared that you can't handle everyone. Issei. I'm not afraid of them becoming sentient and using the ones I love as bait. Ilmenhold. I understand that, I will try not to give you problems. Issei. Thank you, but you might wonder what a vampire does, it will be difficult to hide that. Ravel. Toka, she won't have problems, she's human, she won't be a target of suspicion. Issei. You think so, points at her. He would be touching the extinguisher. Toka. What is this artifact? Ravel. We can say that she comes from the countryside, looks at her. Issei. Not even they are that stupid with technology. Ravel. We have the holidays to teach you everything about our world. You would hear the explosion of the extinguisher. Issei. It will be a long vacation. Ravel. But the rest she can control her power. Issei. If it is good that it is so, she can summon her armor whenever she wants, manifesting great control, there is no doubt that she is an expert. Toka. I blush, it doesn't have to last long. He. Issei. In any case, those from your world will come, we must be ready. Toka. I will support you now, I am your sword. Issei. Smiled. I know, but the collapse opened my eyes, not only the world of Toka, which one will come, we don't know, we can defeat the enemies, those questions pose a serious problem. Ravel. Yes, but let's not think about that now, let's enjoy the moment. Issei. It's true. By the way, where is Lefei? Ravel. Volley came for her, he needed her for something related to Fenrir. Issei. Fenrir. He, if I remember correctly, Volley stays with him because we sealed Loki and Arthur controlled him, but the magical seal that left him immobile must have been her. If they are preparing for Loki, it means that soon it will be the Nordic faction should return to Kuo, in a few days Odin would appear, and with him my tower. Ravel. Ha, don't shout like that. Issei. Oh sorry, I remembered that not only must I look for my queen, but my tower will come. Ravel. Wait, your tower when? Issei. I wouldn't know, it could be any day basically, if it's there or not, I'll have to go see it myself, things can change due to the weather. Toka. Geez. You are very forgetful. Issei. Smiles. Calm down, it usually happens to me anyway. Toka. Toka. Yes. Issei. You look beautiful. Toka. What are you saying? Baka sinks, blushing. Issei. Coconut baby, then the time will be correct or not, looks at the sky. Ross. Ravel. Sigh, things will be a problem. Issei. You think? I think they will be fun. Ravel. One thing, we should not raise our rank. Issei. I really should make requests from the underworld. Ravel. Exactly, otherwise you will be a low-class demon and we will not be able to help you do jobs. Issei. In fact I have a job that will allow me to go up to upper class. Ravel. Seriously, Issei. If I assure you the defeat of Riser, the defeat of Kakabiel and the battle with the Vali are all high-level achievements, I would basically be a middle-class demon now, but if I defeated Loki, I will ask for a big favor by uniting my old achievements, I will be upper class quickly. Ravel. That's great, we can act as a family. We have a name for our clan. Issei. Hey. Now that you mention it, no, honestly, in my original timeline when I had my family they told me, look, it's the Red Emperor's clan or Issei's clan. Ravel. The name is a problem. Issei. Well, it is, we can't call ourselves Issei's family or clan, because, well, I see it as very unfair, nor the Red Emperor because I don't only have red. Ravel. It's a problem, I'll have to think of a name. Issei. Thank you, it would be helpful. He was relaxing calmly in the pool while a circle appeared in the air. The Fae. I'm back. Issei. How did it go with Vali? The Fae. Excellent, we finished everything on time. Issei. Well then you know where Loki is currently. The Fae. Vali said you'll ask but no. But we never know what he's up to. Issei. Did Vali give a message? The Fae. He just said. Things have changed. At that moment Issei's atmosphere becomes dark. Ravel. Wait, Loki, what the hell are you guys involved in? The Fae. You have not seen a Norse god disapproves of peace. Ravel. But of all of them it had to be the one. Ilmenhold. She is someone who is problematic. Thoka. Loki is a powerful god. Issei. Yes. One of the main gods of the Nordic factions. Ravel. People fear him, he is one of the gods who dream of Ragnarok, the end of time. Issei. Norse mythology, the arrival of Ragnarok indicated snow, more snow, and then the damn end of the world. Thoka. That sounds terrible. Issei. But obviously each god has his own kingdom. If that were to happen, it would be there, not here, where the three factions come together. The problem is when a god decides to do what he wants. Ravel. Confront a guy against himself. Issei. I know everything about Loki. Sealing him won't be a problem. I don't think it's necessary to kill him. It will be quick and easy, but Vali's message makes me uneasy. The Fae. Even without Fenrir it will be easy to handle. Issei. Wait. You guys snatched Fenrir already? The Fae. Yes, fortunately. Ravel. That's great, now he's more cornered, it'll be easy to beat him. They all had a happy expression, but Issei was terrified. Issei. Fae holds her. The Fae. Yes, what's happening? Issei. When Loki left. To go to Fenrir, did he say something? The Fae. Nothing strange in my opinion, he just said something meaningless, or at least I don't understand it, but Vali and Kuroka had serious faces. Issei. What did he say? The Fae. Said this had to happen anyway, what happens next in time is my choice. Issei. No. Thoka. Something's wrong. Issei. No, nothing, I'm just a little strange because of what he said, he's not one of those who leave. Ravel. Certainly. Issei. I'll go for a walk around the city. Ravel. Sure. Thoka. 10 minutes later, we could see Issei walking with an expression of unease and fear. Mate. Issei. This happened like this. Albion. Maybe it's just a small change, isn't it? Issei. No, this is serious, his words. It's like he knows. What's going to happen? Albion. It is not possible, no one remembers or can remember, this is a new timeline, the previous one was forgotten and destroyed. Issei. I don't know, I'm Rossweisse. Worried. At the words of a voice who did not expect to hear this, turned slowly, opening his eyes and making a face of astonishment and nostalgia. Rossweisse. You are always like that, worrying about everything, carrying the burdens. Issei. Rossweisse-san. Rossweisse. Hey, is that sad face you make when you see your wife? Issei. See how? This. Rossweisse. Approach is always the same, carrying only that regret. You know it makes me angry that you went back to the past and didn't come to look for me first. Well, I understand your reasons, you must have been busy, but you know at least I wanted you to visit me. Smiles. Issei. Tears came out of her eyes. No. It's true or else. You can't remember me. Rossweisse. Of course. What a fool that a woman forgets her husband and her first and great love. Issei. No. Like. Rossweisse. Things got complicated. Issei. You remember me. You remember me. I have to tell you that. I'm sorry I couldn't. Rossweisse. Don't say more, it wasn't your fault. That's why this future you build, I want it to be a wonderful one where everyone can smile. No, you're in it too, nothing about sacrificing yourself, I'll get very angry. Issei. Wait, this is very fast, you should come with me. Yes. Rossweisse. I can't. Issei. What? Rossweisse. I already talked to the person I love. Can you show yourself? At that moment, a person came out of a magic circle. There were rain clouds that were forming, the weather was changing naturally, and this person who arrived with a smile made Issei's expression distort into one of fright. Loki. Hello Hyodo Issei. Issei. You. How? Loki. You must have many questions. How do I know who you are and how she and I know about you? He would show a light blue ribbon, and as he did so Issei's eyes changed to a face of despair, while Rossweisse put on a dark expression and a long face, there was no smile on it. Loki. When I touched this. All my past memories came from when I was sealed, then I remember a light and dying. I don't know what it was but I don't care. I guess you should know what this is. Greg. I see. An object from our time. We knew that time travel would have risks, but transporting objects from our time is already a serious matter. Albion. Yes. We talked about how through objects those of this current line could remember all that light that Loki saw must have been death when he killed all life. Greg. But that doesn't matter, I think Issei already knows, he must be more scared because of what that object is. Albion. I understand, we shouldn't talk to him. Especially not at this moment. Issei. It can't be. Loki. Make it clear to you that I am going to kill you and change my timeline and don't worry, no one but us knows about you, why remember someone who is going to die? Rossweisse. Issei. Issei. Because. The object he had, there is no way he would not recognize it, is the object or the light blue ribbon belonging to the daughter of Issei and Rossweisse. Loki. I know you must be absurdly strong. But that's why I came prepared, I won't face you unless one of the people you love finds out through me. Rossweisse. Issei. Issei. Ha. Rossweisse. Loki recovered the first memories of him and enslaved me, he made me recover my memories as experiments and. He knows about us. Issei. Ross. Wait. Rossweisse. It was my fault I left our daughter's ribbon in her hands, I'm sorry. You know. I have a bondage seal. I can't disobey. Loki. Smiles. I used the new events of the collapse of dimensions, and by experiencing so much I found a dark energy from a different world that has great effects on individuals. For me it will be enough to see that it kills you, and as for the tape that destroy, so giving someone information about the future could be annoying when she is done, she will tell me all the events, and I will bathe in glory. Rossweisse. Do it. Rossweisse. Issei. I love you. I know that this future that you forged is and will be great. I know that you do this for us. But don't be afraid. I am happy that we have seen each other again, so kill me calmly, yes. She said that with a smile and tears in her eyes. Issei. No. Rossweisse. Goodbye my dear Issei. Immediately her body was filled with that dark energy. Issei. No. No. Her beautiful white hair turned brown. Issei. No. No. Her eyes turned violet and her iris like that of an animal, her dress changed to a black one. Issei. Rossweisse. Issei's expression was one of fear and pain and upon seeing it. Loki. Kill him. Rossweisse. Issei. I love you. Please kill me before I kill you. I would say those last words with a smile before starting a battle to the death with the person I once loved. Chapter 23. Tears. Faced with that woman who I loved and who took a form that she had never seen before, she could only turn her head in denial. Issei. Because. But at that moment Rossweisse only attacked with her hand and caught Issei's face, hitting it against the ground. Rossweisse. No. Stay like this. Please, I don't want to do this. Issei. Then stop. Rossweisse. I can't do it. If I refuse I will die. At least I want you to be the one to kill me. Issei. Because. After so much. Because I have to do this. Rossweisse. I'm cruel to make you do this. But it's the only way. I can be happy and free. Issei. I can resist and think of a way. Rossweisse. It's not that easy. Blood was pouring from Issei's head, he had suffered damage from that simple attack. Loki. Don't be stupid, remember what I told you, this dark energy comes from another world caused by a collapse of dimensions, look for something special to kill you. Issei. Bastard. A wave of energy separates Rossweisse and Issei quickly runs to attack Loki. Shock. Issei. Like. Loki. Smiles. Rossweisse. Issei. I can't disobey him. The scythe blocked Issei's fist that was going to Loki's face. Issei. When this is over, when I save her, I swear I'm going to make you suffer in a way you have no idea. Loki. You should look out for yourself first. Rossweisse. Dark impulse. After saying those words, Issei's body would fly several meters, crashing into the walls of the houses, there was no barrier, the destruction affected the real world. Loki. Maybe you are very strong, no maybe you are the strongest here, but I have your weakness, you will not kill the woman you love, and she will continue to beat you until you die. Issei. Spits blood. Cough cough. Dreg. You can't go on like this, you know right. Issei. Dreg. I need to think. Albion. She gave you her permission. Issei. You seriously think I'm going to kill her? Dreg. Issei. Issei. I swore to myself and I swore to the Great Red that in this time there would be no deaths on the people I love. I am not going to break that word. Albion. If Loki wins everything will be in vain, future knowledge is now his. Issei. There is not always another way, there must be another way. Albion. Issei. Sometimes people refuse to accept the solution because it is painful, even though they deceive themselves about the truth. Issei. No. Rossweisse. Dark flames. Issei. Blocks them. Rossweisse. Appears in front of him. Issei. Hits him. Issei. Spits blood. Rossweisse. No. Don't even think about letting him kill you, I'd rather commit suicide. Issei. Don't even think about it. Rossweisse. Because you are always so stubborn. Issei. Because I'm an idiot, isn't it obvious? Rossweisse. Ha, shady cut. Shock. Issei. You dot. In the sight of Issei and Rossweisse, his attacks were blocked by a sword and figures of certain girls posed in front of him. Toka. I'm sorry but we can't allow you to hurt our king. Ravel. Issei, are you okay? Issei. How? Ravel. Look around you, they are destroying the city of Kuo, we had to start the collapse alarms. Omenhold. If we didn't arrive in time, they would continue hitting you. Afei. Issei sent she who is. Issei. To put things succinctly, the girl that Toka blocks is my tower and she is being manipulated by the bastard Loki with a seal of slavery. Omenhold. That explains your situation of being beaten. Ravel. I see Toka, please don't kill her, she is not the enemy. Rossweisse. I'm sorry to do this. Toka. Don't worry, we'll take care of helping you. Issei. Faye, I need your help about Loki. Faye. Say no more magic formula manipulation mana analysis spatial lock. At that moment the entire area is covered with a magic circle and then it hides. Loki. This is it. Faye. Space alterations are impossible. At least I made sure they are strong enough for gods like you. In other words, you cannot use circles or teleportation methods. Loki. Damn, but nothing changes, I have someone on my side to sweep the floor. Issei. I need to think about what I should do. Ravel. Issei. Issei. He. Ravel. We are your family, isn't it? Give us orders. Issei. Geez. Sometimes I think too much about some things that I miss in the present. Thanks Ravel. Toka. It's too strong. Rossweisse. She's holding up well. Issei. Toka. Toka. Issei. Issei. Toka, fight with all your power, as long as you don't kill her she's fine. Toka. Understood. Purple shot. A ray of light would shoot directly at Rossweisse, hitting him squarely. Rossweisse. That hurt. Issei. Rossweisse. Rossweisse. Issei. Issei. Bear the pain, I'll take care of it. Rossweisse. You are so. You better keep your promise, idiot. Dark spectrum. Immediately multiple specters ran towards Toka. Toka. This will be difficult. Upon contact they would explode. Rossweisse. They have toxic effects after exploding. Sorry. Toka. Don't apologize, I know it's not your fault and it doesn't matter, I want to measure my strength as Issei's family member against another Issei family member and this is the perfect time. Immediately the crossing between her scythe and her sword began. Issei. Lefay, Ravel, Omenhold, you three go after Loki. If I go, he will surely call Rossweisse next to him to get in the middle. He is arrogant and arrogant, he will think that they are weak and will face them head on. Ravel. But it's still Loki we're talking about, right? Issei. Ravel, you are intelligent and you will not go alone. You remember the ability of the Phoenix, the blood of noble vampires, and the magic of Fae. Loki will definitely lower his guard. You must create an opportunity. I need to do something. Ravel. Okay. These would go towards Loki. Loki. Wow, I didn't expect it, with how angry Issei was, I thought the first thing he would do was come himself, but I was wrong, he believes that his lackeys can defeat me. Omenhold. We are your family, not lackeys, you idiot. Loki. Ha, you won't be able to beat me, but I will give you a chance, join me, and I will tell you everything about Issei. Ravel. Phoenix clan technique fire feathers. Ravel without warning attacked. Loki. Moves his arm to extinguish the fire. Seriously, that was your answer. Ravel. Yes. Issei will tell us everything about him when the time is right, but I trust him, and as for you, you are only Loki, the god of lies. Loki. Smiles. They say that Phoenix regeneration is impressive, but how much can they do it without dying? Omenhold. Appears behind Loki. Die hits him. Loki. Catches her fist. Omenhold. TCH. This guy. Loki. The superhuman strength of a vampire against that of a god. Ha. You realize that I am your worst opposite, I am a god, a divine being, and in front of me, I have a vampire and a demon, this will be a massacre for you. The Fae. I don't believe it. Loki. Complete analysis. Body weakening. Loki. Omenhold. Breaks free. Tell God to your bastard face. Hits him in the face. Ravel. Phoenix fire. Loki. Ha damn bitches. The flames burned him and the blow made his nose bleed. The Fae. Cast magic that weakens your body, your stamina and physical strength have gone down so that Ravel and Omenhold can hurt you. Loki. damn bitch. And that this would open magical circles of the sky. Loki. I will run over all of you. The Fae. Ravel and Elmenhold escape, your physical abilities are reduced, but your magical abilities are not, and I can't do anything with that. Ravel. Elmenhold hide in the shadows, you will not receive damage. Elmenhold. But what about you? Ravel. I will regenerate, even if I am a god, he will not kill me with that attack. It is fortunate that I am from the Phoenix clan. I will not die easily. Elmenhold. Ravel, that's it. Ravel. There is no time. Elmenhold. Okay. Elmenhold would hide in the shadows, the Fae would form a defensive barrier, and Ravel would look at the sky, waiting for the rain of God's rays. Loki. Die full of Jotunheim. As she said those words, the incessant rain of lightning began to cause her shield to crack. Fortunately, Elmenhold was in cover, but Ravel received full damage, destroying her clothes. Ravel. Ha, it hurts. If it were normal attacks I would regenerate without pain, but they are with divine magic, this is very painful. The spell instantly stopped Ravel standing with her legs trembling. Her attack had hurt her enough. Loki. Worthy of a phoenix that carries the emblem of the immortal bird. Ravel. Cough cough. Loki. It's over. The Fae. I don't think so. Magic circle of increased consumption, circles of amplified magic. Loki. What are you planning, magician? My magical abilities are superior to avoid being blocked by you, no matter how skilled you are, you cannot block a power greater than yours. The Fae. That's why I opted for a risky move. Loki. What is this? The mana of the air is fading. The Fae. It is a magic circle that consumes all the mana in the environment, when it ends with it, it absorbs that of people, your mana will decrease over time, and only your physical abilities will remain, which are reduced. Loki. But that also applies to you and your companions, you will be defenseless against my physical attacks, and you are human, I don't think you can withstand my blows. The Fae. You are wrong, I am not defenseless. Ravel. Yes, Phoenix Flames. Loki. Og, what the hell? The Fae. The Phoenix clan can generate fire naturally without mana, only its power will be diminished. Loki. Damn, I still have enough mana to take care of you. The Fae. I know the whole plan goes as Ravel said. Loki. Her. Ravel. Issei told me arrogant, he should have added narcissistic. Ha. Of course I knew you would try something like that, but people like you don't see the whole picture. Elmenhold. That's purely true. Ravel lunges towards her eye. Loki. Hey eye. The scene becomes brutal when Elmenhold pokes out Loki's eye with her elongated vampire nails holding the eyeball. The Fae. You didn't see the whole picture, we still had a hidden vampire, your anger blinded you. Loki. I can't believe I'm stronger, how I fell this far, all because of the plan of a demon who can barely stand, my eye taken by a female vampire weaker in strength than me, and my magic and strength decimated by a magician human. Ravel. Certainly our odds against you are literally small, but it is the difference between someone who goes ahead relying only on pure power and someone who makes a plan and has friends. Loki. I still have some Rossweisse left. He would call Rossweisse, who was fighting with Toka. Rossweisse. Shit. Loki. They lost. Ravel. Not if she comes, we are. Toka. I must stop her. At that moment a backlight is seen and everyone turns to it because Issei was in that direction. The bells were ringing, the peculiar sound was heard, clock gears moved, the figure is seen. Issei. Hello. Chronos. Chapter 24. I don't break promises. Many will have heard the story of Chronos. In some myths he is represented as the Titan of Time, the one who gave birth to his children, and the Olympians swallowed them. In others the God of Time, the story varies, but to clarify this, the Titan and the God of Time, all that is false. Think carefully about every detail and find cracks in the story. If Chronos reigned over time, why kill his children by eating them? If Chronos was actually so powerful because simply to avoid the prophecy he didn't kill his wife and his children were children, was swallowing them his best plan? I mean, better than killing them on the spot. Are you telling me that it is better to kill someone than imprison them in his stomach forever? It certainly doesn't seem logical to me, but this is the truth about Chronos that no one knows. He is a natural entity that lives in time and space, moving with him. Think of it like air, it moves around our planet, nothing can touch it or block it, always in movement. But it wasn't always like this. Let's say that being the God of Time or proclaiming himself that way was and made him be an idiot to try to use his power to manipulate and control time. But time is something fixed. If you want to control time, it is comparable to wanting to control the entire universe. Because in all creation time moves in the same way for everyone, there are no exceptions. How Consequences became a being that wanders along with time and space and became part of nature. Leaving behind his children, his family all disappearing and his name erased, his story transcribed, changed. The only reason the Olympians don't change his name is simple. It does not affect them if, like the system of heaven, their believers continue to pray and Michael occupies the position of God, the same thing happens with them. Chronos. Hello, how long of all the people I thought would ever call me, you were the first, although I didn't expect it to be so soon. Issei. Do you want to take a walk? Issei would start walking, and Chronos would follow him. Chronos. Because you act so normal, I guess you didn't summon me to use my natural gift. As I said before, Chronos moves with time, so since it is a fixed line, if you want to talk to him, conditions must be met and once done, time would stop, it will not affect anything or anyone, Chronos cannot kill but of course, that only applies to him. Issei. You merge with time, the reason I know who you are is because of the Great Red. Chronos. I know. Issei. Certainly you know everything that happens in time and space, I suppose it is natural, having taken part in it. Chronos. It also felt kind of weird that time was turned back, so to speak. Issei. If I also know that, if there was someone currently at this time who knew the same thing as me, it would be you. Chronos. My summoning method consists of two ways, the first is messing with time like I did. Issei. But that would leave me stranded and be the same as you. Chronos. The second is something that interferes with the law of time, certain gems. Issei. They no longer exist. Chronos. Or a paradox. Issei. Stops, I'm included in it, right? Chronos. While we walk and talk, I suppose you want me to answer your questions. Issei. I wish. These would reach where Loki is. Chronos. You're going to kill him. Issei. In suspended time there should be no physical interruption against someone else, time will continue running and summoning you, I think it will not be something easy to do again. Chronos. Certainly. Issei. Puts his hand on Loki's chest, but energy can move in suspended time. I will only destroy the circle of slavery. Chronos. Well, you're doing it, you want to know. Issei. My existence as a paradox, scientific studies have been done on it, but never anything physical because well, no one had traveled in time. Chronos. Certainly you would be the first paradox that exists of different types that could have existed. Issei. I want to know something that has bothered me for a long time about my existence, what damage does it cause here? Chronos. You know the casual loop paradox. Issei. No. Chronos. Imagine that someone who travels in time wants to meet Beethoven, but at that time he was not known, so by sticking his nose in and saying his name before being known, Beethoven ceases to exist. Issei. A world without Beethoven's music. Chronos. Exactly, now the time traveler sets off, he brought everything related to Beethoven, since he cannot conceive of a world without him. Issei. However, there would be someone missing who would play his music. Chronos. And that is the traveler, he knows his scores, he has all of his music, he becomes Beethoven, and the story continues its course. Issei. A very curious paradox. Chronos. True, he is Beethoven and when he is born he will go back to meet the same one who supplanted him, but it was him all along, so in reality. Issei. Beethoven is born in the future and is destined to live in the past to maintain history. Chronos. Exactly, but the paradox is caused because Beethoven has to exist. If the traveler were to leave and accept a world without Beethoven, the paradox would end. Issei. I don't think I'm a paradox of that kind. Chronos. No, of course, you didn't return in the past to avoid the death of everything. If you want destruction, you would have to become death. Issei. I will not become a destroyer, and also that time is different now, and I have a sister. Chronos. If messing with time means you never know what will happen, it's a lottery. Issei. Then what happens to me, what a paradox am I? Chronos. First I thought you would be an infinite paradox. Issei. Infinite. Chronos. The infinite paradox is the next you go back you kill death, but death never existed, so how did you go back? Issei. So what's happening, is it an infinite cycle? Chronos. It is not a final cycle. If death never existed and is dead, it means that you never traveled, so the current you should not exist. A new timeline is created where everyone is eliminated, you and death. Issei. Then I am erased. Chronos. Exactly, you were lucky in one thing, and that was that the gems will change time comfortably. If it hadn't changed, you wouldn't be talking to me. Issei. Even so, if he died and I died, it means that the me of that present would live. Chronos. Very true, it would still be a victory. Issei. So that change was. Chronos. Your sister Issei is dead here, she was never born, so whoever had to kill death now would be. Issei. My sister. But I killed him. Chronos. Exactly, a third that no one suspects. Time is linear for the entire universe, but that is why different timelines are created following a straight path. It is not that there are curved lines in time, it is that there is more than one straight line. Issei. Then I can say that Isara's existence saved me from disappearing. Chronos. That's right, now the same events of the destruction of the world will no longer have to be repeated, and you destroyed the gems, they will never be used to travel again. Issei. Then tell me what kind of paradox I am. Chronos. When it comes down to it, there is only one, the most common paradox. Two Hyodo Issei cannot exist in the same time and space. Issei. Shocked, it's impossible, I'm dead. Chronos. Issei. You have experienced the supernatural world for yourself, ask yourself this. Where do humans go when you die? Issei. No, impossible, the soul cannot count. Chronos. Time does not see it that way. For time, the soul of the Issei baby who died in your mother's womb is the same as the one who is walking among the living. Issei. Then. Dragon Albion, what is their situation? Their souls are in their sacred apparatus. Chronos. I correct this, their souls are in their sacred devices that reside in your body. They could be here without problems. They would be treated as two new beings. After all, the sacred devices of Vali and Drake of the future, both the souls of the celestial dragons have changed due to the struggles that took place. For time, they are two new beings, since in the present the originals remain the same. They could even be taken by the changed again like the ones you have, and there would be no problem. Time has already recognized its existence as something new. The problem is you, Issei. I would remove my hand from Loki's chest. I already destroyed his connection, and Rossweisse only has to remove her energy. Starts walking. He would get to Rossweisse and put his hand on her head, beginning to eliminate the rotten energy. Chronos. You want to know the damage you cause, Issei? Certainly, Chronos. The collapse of dimensions will pass, but as long as the paradox continues its frequency, instead of being something common, it could become natural. Issei. Then what should I do? Chronos. Simple, there can only be one at this time. Issei. I'm supposed to find my soul and destroy it. Chronos. You don't have to kill yourself, you could absorb it as energy and make it part of you, a fusion with yourself. Issei. I have some time. Chronos. The faster it is done, the collapses will happen less frequently. Issei. I still don't understand why dimension collapses affect something that is space. If I messed with time. Chronos. Time and space go hand in hand, it's like a domino, one hurts and the other will fall next to it. Issei. One more thing about my daughter's item. Chronos. If apparently he came with you, don't worry, I assure you that he was the only one, or at least his existence in this world was only a Issei. Good. Thank you. Chronos, where do I find my soul? Chronos. Normally the person chooses his religion and then determines where he goes. Issei. Chronos. But you died as a baby in the most innocent and pure way. If they took you to heaven. Issei. This will be complicated. Chronos. Nothing you can't handle, I've seen you, I think this time you can show a different future. Issei. I hope so. Chronos. I will retire. I suppose you know that today was because it was the first time that a paradox invoked me. Calling me again will not be easy. Issei. I don't think it will happen again, and I will stop being a paradox very soon. Chronos. Maybe that doesn't mean we won't see each other until later. After her words, he disappeared from sight and time moved again, and Issei had dispersed Rossweisse's energy. Rossweisse. Hey. She was shocked at how Issei was in front of her, but immediately her body returned to normal. Issei. I told you, I keep my promises. Rossweisse. With tears, you are so. He hugged her through tears. Loki. Issei. Issei. Looks at him. Loki. Damn, what did you do? Issei. Loki, you better shut up. Loki. Rossweisse, kill him. But she kept crying and didn't pay attention. Issei. Loki. I'm not going with blowjobs, I'll kill you on the spot, and I would do it, but right now you have courage no matter how trash you are. Loki. Terrified. Issei's dragon power let out an aura of totally murderous anger towards him, making him tremble. Issei. Fae. The Fae. Lock, magic body lock. Loki. This is it. The Fae. Even if you try, you won't be able to escape. Hoka. Issei. Everything. Issei. Yes, I finish. Ravel. Damn, I had to try harder than ever. Issei. I promise to make it up to you. Ravel. You better do it. Issei. Yes. Ravel. Then she is. Issei. Yes, Rossweisse, our tower. Rossweisse. A pleasure, Ravel. Ravel. A pleasure, I'm sorry we met a little poorly. Omenhold. Anyway, it was all this bastard's fault, we shouldn't eliminate him. Issei. Like I said, rubbish, like he has the value of him. I don't. Ravel. After this I will ascend to upper class. Ravel. Certainly beating Loki must be enough. Issei. Yes, because now that I remember Kakabiel and Vali, I was without a mask, so when everyone forgot me again, I guess those achievements were the same, but anyway, Riser was high class, and now with Loki, it will be more than enough. Toka. But who will we give Loki to? Issei. That's easier there, Odin. Odin. My goodness, what a clever boy. Issei. Since when did you arrive? Odin. About a few minutes, but it seemed to me that I did not need to intervene, to be honest. They exceeded my expectations, especially you, so that is the face of Mr. Mystery. Issei. It's true that I'm not wearing my mask. Odin. Don't worry, this old man has been keeping secrets for a long time, so I can keep yours after all. Stopping Loki was a great help. Issei. Can I ask you a favor? Odin. Oh, interesting, but let's not talk here, let's go have something first. A scene is set in Issei's mansion where you could see that he was discussing a topic with Odin in the room. Odin. In simple words, you want my assistant Rossweisse and to recommend you for the upper class promotion test. Issei. That's right, I would appreciate it. Odin. This incident with Loki was fixed thanks to you. I understand your strength level a lot, certainly raising quickly is the best for you. Issei. Then, Odin. But about Rossweisse, that's something I want to hear from her. Issei. I understand perfectly. Rossweisse. Odin-sama, honestly I want to stay next to him and be with him. I can't give you details or tell you why this action is so hasty. There is only something I have to say about this man. Odin. Yes, Rossweisse. He is an idiot, perverted and foolish, but he is a good man. Odin. Smiles, then I guess he's determined. Issei. I thank you, tilts head. Odin. Hahaha, there is no need for so much formality, I'm just returning the favor. I hope I can create a friendly relationship. Issei. Of course. By the way, as for Loki, what will happen to him? Odin. His crimes were already serious with coming to destroy everything, but experimenting with energy from another world through a collapse guaranteed the death penalty. Issei. I will kill him. Odin. Times change and so do the gods, there is no need to worry about gods that remain in the past. Issei. Thank you. Odin. Well, I guess I'll have to retire. Ravel. I'll walk him to the door. Odin. There is no need, I don't want to cause any more inconvenience. Issei. By the way, the meeting of the Nordic faction with the other factions took place. Odin. About that the matter was delayed. Issei. I understand. Odin. It will be resumed soon, I hope you can come even if it's only for upper class, you can take the exam and get in, isn't it? Issei. Yes, of course, I'll be happy to go. Odin. Well, see you later. Immediately afterwards he would leave through the living room door and then out of the house, leaving the place. Issei. Ha. I'm tired. Ravel. Really, heavens with you, unusual things happen to us. Issei. What can I tell you, this is my life. Elmenhold. So what do we do now? Issei. For now let's have a welcome party for Rossweisse. Hey, there is no need for it. Issei. Nonsense, let's liven up the atmosphere, then we'll think about important matters. Toka. I'll go order food. Elmenhold. I'll go help her. Ravel. I will prepare the table and drinks. Rossweisse. Wait, I'll help you organize. Issei. Smiles. Reg. A good smile to see ending everything. Albion. Yes. Issei. What are you talking about? I'm just starting, there are many things left to do, and now with an unknown future, infinite possibilities are opening up to me. I will have to be careful, but above all, protect those smiles. Reg. Then mate, what do we do now? Issei. Well, for now, whatever you do, after an annoying fight like today, celebrate and rest. Reg. Haha, then go ahead. Issei. Smiles, if we go there. My name is Hyodo Issei. Traveled back in time to prevent a disastrous future. Just when I thought I had achieved it, many never before seen problems arise. But that won't stop me. I am the hero of the factions, I protect everyone. Smiles. And this is my return to the top. The return of the faction hero. Arc 2. An unknown future. Chapter 25. Let's move on. Arc 3 starts. Under the big blue sky I would be sitting on an Issei chair sunbathing, happily enjoying that small moment of peace. Issei. This is amazing. Reg. It's certainly good to relax quietly. Albion. I agree. Issei. Nothing can take away this peace of mind. Ravel. Issei. Or so I thought. Ravel, what happens drinking a juice? Ravel. Seriously, you are not worried about the promotion test? Issei. Honestly, no. Ravel. Please take this seriously, all the prestige of our family is at stake, please. Issei. Puts his hand on his head. Calm down, Ravel, I'm strong, honestly, I'll pass the physical test. Ravel. Blush, I understand it, but what about the writing? Issei. Spits out the juice, there will be a written test. Ravel. I thought you already knew. Issei. How the hell am I supposed to know? I thought that was for the mid-range test, that afterwards the tests don't change and become more difficult as you advance. Ravel. But the written one remains the same, the only thing that changes is the difficulty of the questions. Issei. Well, what score is the written test equivalent to? Ravel. 50%. Issei. Tell me that the physical is the other 50%. Ravel. The high-class test is not demanding, it is divided into a written test 50%, the physical test 20%, the elegance test 10%, and finally the power test 20%. Issei. Interesting, the elegance one, I understand, a high-class person must know how to blend in, but what is the test of power? Ravel. Your energy level is measured, unlike physics where you fight using your body without any energy. Issei. Oh, I understand that in the middle test where in physics you could use both to fight, here they separate them. Ravel. But that's not the point, you have to study. Issei. Okay, in my first life or original line I went up without the need for an achievement test, so I never took it, plus the story changed, I can't base it on the fact that I know everything. A few hours would pass, and Ravel would help Issei study calmly, his mind was focused on helping him. Issei. I understand the important things now, by the way, Ravel. Ravel. Yes. Issei. What is the situation with Rossweisse, Toka and Elmenhold? Ravel. Toka came out, apparently Rossweisse is explaining everything modern about this world, and Elmenhold, she is downstairs sleeping. Issei. I understand. Ravel. Are you worried about something? Issei. Actually I wanted to ask Toka something about her world. Ravel. I understand, by the way, you understand her situation. Issei. Better than anyone, so if identity for now or information must remain secret. Ravel. If they find out the information, many people will make their move, some wanting power and others preventing an attack. Issei. Yes. That worries me. In those steps, Issei and Ravel could be heard climbing quickly. They turned their heads and welcomed the people who arrived with a smile. Toka. Issei. Issei. So they came back. Rossweisse. I explained to him the best I could, although there are still things missing, but he can now relate normally to technology issues. Toka. What are they doing? Issei. I'm preparing for the rank promotion exam. Rossweisse. I don't think it will be a problem in your case. Issei. I know, but I'm not sure about the written test, but you guys are coming at a good time, especially Toka. I have questions I wanted to ask you. Toka. Me. Issei. It's about your world. Toka. Lowers head, those are not good memories. Issei. I know, I hope you don't mind. Toka. If it's for you I don't care. Issei. Blush, thank you. Toka. You're welcome, smiles. Rossweisse. It's too early to flirt. Issei. Cough cough, I'm sorry, the question that interests me is about the ranks in your world. You told me that there are ranks that classify them. Toka. That's right, the ranks currently are celestial, enlightened, messiahs, angels, archangels and deities. Within those 6 ranks they go through 5 celestial levels, 1, 2, etc. to move up to the next rank. Issei. Toka, your power level didn't seem to be that of a celestial, did it? Toka. Not in my case, it was that to rise in rank and level you must submit reports, but whoever made me his servant was misappropriating the information. Issei. Why was it? Toka. Because if I rose in rank and reached him the chain around my neck that you removed, he would have it sooner or later. Issei. In other words, he was afraid of being surpassed. Toka. That's right. Issei. Celestials are the lowest rank, high ranks give them powers, so tell me about the other ranks. Toka. The enlightened receive more power from the goddess, or rather from the angels, increasing the amount of skills and powers they can have. Likewise, the messiahs increase their powers, but with a big difference since they receive divine grace. Issei. Divine grace. Toka. Means that they are represented or sponsored by the goddess, but it is rare for her to sponsor someone, or also the other gods, most commonly archangels, fall into this domain as well. Issei. Wait, you said gods, that I wasn't a goddess in your world. Toka. Yes it was, but she creates the god, since, although the word of the goddess Odin is absolute, but she alone cannot take care of the world in terms of managing or administering it, no matter how powerful she is, so through the humans who go as they rank up and reach a rank they can stand next to him like gods. Issei. I understand, keep telling me about the messiah rank. Toka. That rank is very difficult to describe, since if one wants they can remain in that rank forever. The objective of that rank is to expand the word of their deity, god, or as I call it, sponsor. Issei. The goddess normally told me that only angels have the privilege of seeing her personally. Toka. Yes, and that is only sometimes in special circumstances. Those who have the most privileges like those are the 2 positions at the top. Issei. Then the messiah who is sponsored, who gets? Toka. Well, he can obtain powers greater than the 2 ranks in front. Issei. Surprised, explain that part to me. Toka. You see, when you are sponsored by a god, since your actions are based on that god, you gain fame, then the god gives you powers or other benefits. It should be noted that the actions that the god wants you to do you must carry out, and not all of them are good. Issei. Then at the messiah rank, that is the reason why they can face angels and archangels ranks. Toka. Yes, that's why many stay at that rank and do not advance, since advancing from that rank by achieving enough achievements is a choice, but once you advance to angel you lose divine grace and the sponsor. Issei. I see that it becomes a big bet for you. Toka. That's right, but I have information that everything obtained in terms of power and wealth is kept by you when you rise in rank, obtaining more depends on you. Issei. The angel rank gives you something specific. Toka. Yes, apart from being able to interact even a little with the goddess, which is already an honor, the angel rank has the advantage of having the freedom to govern and enslave whoever they want, using well that necklace that is a symbol of slavery. Issei. You mean they can have their own army? Toka. Yes, but it is risky to upload angel. The benefits are based on freedom, and not being able to upload more, it is an enormous difficulty. Issei. That brings us to the archangels. Toka. If you reach that rank you begin to develop divinity and interfere with the world in your favor, in addition to creating a religion, or rather clan, to be able to sponsor someone. Issei. Interesting, then you become a sponsor. Toka. Yes, and as the requirements are met, which define you as a future god, be it slaughter, love, your divinity will begin to rise and strengthen you. The archangel ranks are very few. Issei. Then the gods that perch next to the goddess. Toka. Yes. They are ranked deities or deities reach a power similar to the goddess, but of course even between deities there are many differences. Issei. In that range what are the benefits? Thoka. Basically you are free to do whatever you want without any punishment, you have freedom from everything. Issei. Seriously, Thoka. You can even attack another deity including the goddess, but no one has dared to do it for a long time. Issei. Why? Thoka. One day someone challenged the goddess. Then that deity died. Issei. I understand Thoka, in your case you can develop divinity. Thoka. Shakes head it's impossible for me. Issei. Didn't you say that your rank was hidden by your former evil owner? Thoka. Yes, but it is different since once the report has been presented to raise the rank specifically to the Messiah, a procedure must be carried out so that you can be sponsored and develop divinity in the future. Issei. You mean they give them something in their bodies? Thoka. Yes, I think it is a type of growth power to reach deity status or rank in the future, although some stagnate, I will never be able to develop it because well, my rank remained at celestial, and I betrayed my world. If I return, I will go to execution. Issei. Don't worry, this is your new house smiles. Thoka. I know, here I have everything, even family, there is nothing in that world for me. Rossweisse. We will always support you. Ravel. Take it for granted. Issei. By the way, who hid your rank? Thoka. Angel rank but she had already passed the test to be an archangel, all that was missing was a common ceremony to confirm her rank. Issei. Smiled well if that idiot comes I just have to beat him to death. Ravel. That's true. To all this, because you're asking about Thoka's world, maybe you're afraid that they're coming for her. Issei. That. And if they come they won't take Thoka, they might even like the world. Ravel. I understand the situation is very serious now. Issei. For now we must be calm. Ravel. In addition to the fact that the collapse of dimensions can bring creatures or people from another world besides Thoka's. Issei. Chronos told me that I must find my dead soul from this timeline to lower the frequency of the collapses, but then I have to see how to stop those collapses forever. It is true what Ravel says, that is why we must be more careful. Thoka. I'm sorry for giving you problems. Lowers head. Rossweisse. You don't have to be sad anyway, we are family now. Thoka. Rossweisse. Smiles. Ravel. But now the important thing tomorrow is the promotion test and we also need a name. Issei. I'll leave it to you. Ravel. I have the family logo or symbol, but I still can't think of a suitable name. Issei. Sigh, the name is always a problem. Rossweisse. We will certainly have to think about it. Issei. With how peculiar we are, it has to be an original name, but one that sounds good and also looks at Ravel. Could you show me the family symbol? Ravel. Yes. His hands would move, a magic circle would be drawn, and the family symbol would come out, making everyone's smiles appear. Issei. Good job Ravel. Ravel. Thank you. Issei. I already have our name. The Eyesides. Rossweisse. The Eyesides. Ravel. Its meaning represents something strong, but I think it adapts to us. At that point Elmenhold would arrive with her hood in the sun and Faye entering through the door. Elmenhold. Oh, I see that we are all gathered, something is happening. Issei. We have a name for our family. The Faye. Great, which one is? Issei. The Eyesides. Elmenhold. It is an uncommon name, but its meaning is strong, although it is an abbreviation of the Eyeside. Thoka. I think it's a great name. Ravel. I like it, I have no complaints. Puffs his chest. Issei. Tomorrow when I take the promotion test a new family will appear. Ravel. You are in everyone's sight so be careful. Issei. Issei. I always have it anyway. Gets up. Don't you think what lies ahead will be interesting? Rossweisse. Ravel. Elmenhold. Lefay. Thoka. Certainly. Issei. Girls, the world will know us as the Eyesides, those who kill the gods elsewhere. So my slave who is now called Thoka is no longer under my command and she was freed. That bitch. Blood-red eyes lit up with anger, the black silhouette of a man was seen. Also if she wants to stay instead of being my slave she can, but in an Ikaros coffin. Ikaros? Yes. I lost a slave, so what better than sending another slave to kill her? Ikaros? Yes. Thoka and you were very friends, weren't you? Ikaros? It doesn't matter, I want to see the look in her eyes when she dies at the hands of her friend, but I'm afraid I can't go to that world just like that. Ikaros, go and kill her and don't come back until you complete your mission. Ikaros? Ikaros will obey the orders imposed. The future fight for Issei and the Deicide family was about to begin. Chapter 26. Promotion exam and intense revelation. In the underworld, people showed up to take the promotion exam, many demons dressed elegantly could be seen, renowned families attended the event expecting excellent results. Among them, the Phoenix family attended because they had another reason to be there. Steps. Issei. It seems that time has come. Ravel. I will be waiting for you with the others with my parents when the results come out. At that moment the attention of Issei's eyes focused on her clothing, and what caught the most attention was her mask, a rumor that spread in the underworld. Who defeated the riser of the Phoenix clan and interfered with Mr. Mystery's marriage. Immediately the voices began to sound. What is he doing here? Is he planning to take the test? It's okay that he's even here with us. How will his face be deformed? Will he be a threat? Issei. Sigh, I already missed this attitude. Hello. Issei. At that moment, next to him, his eyes inside the mask would open to see a beautiful pink-haired girl. Issei. Oh hello, who is this girl? I hope you passed the exam. Issei. Thank you. I'll be seeing you. At that moment the call for the promotion test would ring. See you later. The girl would quickly enter, leaving Issei unable to ask her name. Issei. That was strange. Greg. You know her. Issei. I don't think I've ever seen it. Albion. Millimeters, that girl is strange, and I mean more specifically her energy is strong. Issei. Well, in the underworld there are all kinds of demons. Greg. That's true. For now let's continue to the exam. Forgetting that moment, Issei on the way to the test. In a room everyone was locked up preparing for the written test. Issei's face showed total concentration, the movement of her pencil was fast and precise, she finished quickly. Issei, ready. The gaze crossed again with the previous girl, they had finished at the same time. Instructor. Come to the waiting room. The two would go to the waiting room. So you are a great smart boy. Issei. I had help from a great instructor, and you also finished quickly, you must be smarter than you think. Well, I don't want to flatter myself. Issei. By the way, where do you tell me your name? Where do you tell me yours, Mr. Mystery? Issei. We both know that my face is not something I want to show. And your name is included with it. Issei. You could say. Then we are on the same terms. After passing the time they would take the next exam, the elegance exam. Issei would be in a gala dress, and the girl would put on a luxurious dress. Instructor. A high-class demon has to have etiquette, as the saying goes, manners make the man. That phrase applies to women too. In society, manners are necessary to leave a good impression. Whether we want to or not, we should learn it. As you know, many people pay attention to that, and reputation can fall or rise through it. They must also know how to behave in high society is good for their businesses in the future. A huge table with cutlery and a luxurious meal, everyone would sit down. Instructor. A person must know how to remove the chair to sit, must know which cover is which for food, and of course, must know how to dance with a woman or man without stepping on each other's feet. Now everyone start. Immediately everyone present removed the chair from the table to sit down, and once that the dinner would begin. Issei. In this part I have no problem. I remember that in the original line. When the mother of Rias trained me in these things, I lived through hell. Since then, I know what each fork is used for, although it took me a while to lose my fear of dinner in those parties. After a few minutes the dance test would come, and curiously, it would be Issei's turn with that girl. Oh, what do you think, Issei? It's funny that we're together again. Ready to tell me your name, Issei? Ready to tell me yours. Millimeters, I don't think first you should tell me yours, isn't that being chivalrous? The music would play and the two would dance together, showing great elegance and leaving others perplexed with those movements. Issei, why do you keep so many secrets, miss? I can say the same about you. Issei. Tell me a name after seeing your face. What difference does it make if I don't know it, if I have your face clear in my memory? True, but if many people don't know me, a face without a name is not very useful. Issei. Oh, then you imply that I will look for you. I bring you. Issei. Millimeters, possible you catch my interest, but I can't develop a type of relationship without knowing you. Tell me your name and you will know. Issei. To know my name you would have to be from my family. Interesting, then can I join? Issei. The circumstances are not easy. They never are. What are the requirements? Issei. Be a good person. Then it seems that I fulfill it. Issei. I haven't met you for the rest of the test to decide that. Meet me in the rest that remains. Issei. Do you really want to come to my family, or is it just a game for you? I never play when I promise something. Issei. Interesting. He would quickly move next to her, throwing her and spinning her 360 degrees in the air and catching her perfectly. After that great performance, the physical tests would begin, a combat of purely physical skills. Bang, shock, bang. Issei. Don't the demons here seem a little weak to you? Greg. It's not that, mate, it's just that you're disgustingly strong. Albion. I feel sorry for them. Shock. Look, it seems like we see each other's faces. Issei. You have a good physical attitude. It seems we are the only ones left. Instructor. Do you want to continue? I give up, I don't think I can beat him. Instructor. Okay, everyone on to the next and last test. Issei. Because you gave up without a fight. After colliding our arms, my arm and forearm were numb. Basically you surpass me in physical strength and combat skills. I don't think I will win even in speed. Plus you also have to take defense into account, and I don't think I can win that either. Issei. He has a good understanding and analysis. He could deduce that he wouldn't have a chance just by bumping our arms. Who are you? Can I be part of your family? Issei. I will still prove that I can be worth it. Issei. Because of your attitude I think it's something else. I will explain it to you at the end when it happens. Issei. What happened exactly? At that moment everyone would go to the test where they would test their power the last of all quickly. It started and everyone would start fighting. Instructor. Interesting. Instructor, can I skip this test? Instructor. Are you sure what you say? You won't get points. Yes, I'm fine. Instructor. Okay. Issei. I'm done. By the way, get ready, it will start now. Issei. Hey. At that moment everyone looks up and Issei immediately saw that too and was shocked. It was not as big as the one he saw in the past, but it was still a dimensional collapse. Inspector. One dot here. Issei. I thought they only happened in the human world. Inspector. No. They are few times and it is extremely rare, but it also happens in the underworld or other places of factions. By being more prepared, we suffer almost no damage since we can ask for help quickly. Issei. Then they will come. Inspector. This is an airtight room that is used for training. If we open the doors, the damage will spread. Issei. When it hits the ground it devastates its path, but it is small. Inspector. But it's still a collapse. When it hits the ground it's over. Issei. Then we just have to contain the mini devastation. Inspector. Exactly. Issei. I can do it. Inspector. Wait, that is a suicidal act. Issei. Walks forward. I have good defense and as for you. Yes, we will talk when it's over, but when you receive that impact prepare for battle. Issei. Okay. At that moment, the pressure that would be generated by the collapse upon hitting the ground would be received quickly by Issei. An explosion was generated, but it was more controlled and thanks to some barriers, everyone would have been slightly damaged. However, Issei's back would be all bloody despite being a humanoid dragon. He had broken the defenses, however, he would quickly raise his head. Issei. Incredible. Albion. We now know that receiving something like that can easily destroy a dragon-scale defense. Issei. If I hadn't used my energy I would be raw. Everything was surrounded by smoke and immediately a monster came out of the shadows. Careful. Quickly the pink-haired girl launched a kick, blowing up his jaw. Issei. That was close, thank you. Their back is exposed, they can take advantage of that weak point. Issei. Well, now I want to know who you are and how the hell did you know this would happen? We can talk while we fight the others. I hit them to make them unconscious. Issei. Why did you do that? Wouldn't it be a problem for you to fight with eyes looking at you and most of all give explanations of how you stopped or that there was a collapse of dimensions? Issei. I see. I'm still waiting for the answers. Quickly more monsters would come out and the two would stand back to back waiting for the monsters. Issei. Then. Like Toka, I come from a dimension collapse. Issei. How about you? I have the ability to see the future. Issei. That mostly explains everything that happens. At that moment the monsters rushed towards them but were quickly destroyed. But this ability can only show me my future, that is, I can only see my own future. Issei. I understand you saw that all these monsters would appear. Yeah. Issei. You were able to leave without problems because you could stay and help those you don't know, just because your future tells you so. I'm a good person. Issei. Right. Smiles, by the way, because helping me specifically with my identity shouldn't matter so much to you if you just want to save people. That's because you are my husband. Issei. What? Yes, that is the reaction I expected. Issei. Exactly what do you mean by handcuffed? Well, what does husband mean? Issei. I know what husband means, but like I'll be your husband. The future I saw showed you and me getting married. Don't ask me for details. The gifts of seeing the future are anything but precise. Issei. You give me a lot to take in so suddenly. The monsters quickly take advantage of the opening to attack, but Issei, and with his hands he would break them in half. I'm sorry, Issei. It's not your fault, but it's just that. It's crazy, right? Issei. Yes. You can still doubt my word. Issei. Honestly, with everything I have experienced and done, I would have to be drugged not to accept that there is a person who can see the future. That is something minimal in the abnormality of my life. Curiously, you are right. Issei. Can you tell me your name now? Can you accept me into your family now? Issei. Sighs. For my reasons I did not want to lightly recruit my members, but you are a girl who claims to be my future wife, can't see her future, and comes from another world. Means? Issei. You already know the answer. Smiles. Let's finish these monsters quickly. Issei. Go ahead. After a while they would finish quickly. The test participants would wake up, but only find everything clean and quiet. Instructor. What happened? Issei. I accidentally overdid it and knocked everyone unconscious. Instructor. He. And he. Issei. The one. Instructor. No points will be deducted from you for attacking a test inspector. Issei. It doesn't matter. After that the high-class test would be completed and I would advance to high-class demon. I would meet with Ravel's parents. Apparently, despite deducting points from her grades, I would come out first, so I saw the photos and name, and I couldn't even find the girl's face and name. Ravel. Like a miniature collapse occurred inside an airtight area in the test. Issei. Don't worry, no one knew what happened. Ravel. That's not the point, you know how weird that is. I feel like my common sense with you doesn't apply. Issei. I'm sorry Ravel. Just bear it. Ravel. At least you don't bring another girl like Toka from a breakdown. Issei. Ravel. Why do you look the other way? Issei. Well, I didn't see her again, so I'm sure I'll see her soon, and technically she's not in my family yet because I haven't given her the evil piece. Ravel. Issei. That day I received a big scolding from Ravel in the inspector's room. Inspector. This is weird. The girl who did the test is not in the underworld registry. She wasn't even on the list. Who the hell was she? After that day I was standing at the door of my house contemplating the sky. 2 days had passed since that incident that I told Ravel and the girls. I didn't hear anything from the girl after those 2 days, and my thoughts are still focused on that meeting. Issei. Everything is calm. Albion. That girl said she was your wife. Issei. Yes. Reg. I don't think she lied. Albion. If I'm the same, I don't think anyone would say something like being Issei's wife out of nowhere without knowing him well, knowing that it is something absurd. Issei. Because of some of her I can't stop thinking about her. Reg. Smiles. Maybe you fell in love at first sight. Issei. The way I am. I can't deny it. Albion. Smiles. What I know is that you will see her when you least expect it. Just then you hear footsteps and the rolling of some suitcases walking in front of Issei's house. Issei's eyes quickly opened and a smile came to his face. So this is how you look without the mask. You missed me. Issei. You disappeared for 2 days without telling me anything. Don't blame me, I had to go get my luggage and I was also in the exam without being a participant. Issei. You are a problematic girl. You already accepted me, right? Issei. Right. Smiles. So? Issei. So if you want to be part of my family, what part do you think you are? I do not know, you tell me. Issei. Smiles. At that moment, a tower would come out of her hand and fly towards that girl, a light would illuminate her, and then the piece would enter her and officially be her second and last tower piece. Then I guess we should start a relationship. Issei. You're fast. But I can't be in a relationship without knowing your name. And me, yours. Issei. Issei. Hyodo Issei. Can I call you darling? Issei. As you like. Well darling, my name is 02. Chapter 27. The Issei family is born. The vacation continued and as was customary, Issei took advantage of the valuable time to organize everything. Ravel. We have all the papers in order. With that in mind, money will not be a problem. Issei. From the economic side we are doing well so far, the investments and according to what you have said, Ravel, everything is going wonderfully. Ravel. Money for the family is no longer a problem. Rossweisse. True. Issei. What's wrong Rossweisse? Rossweisse. How will you do with the evil pieces that are given to you if you already have some? It will be suspicious or rather a serious problem if they see that, in addition to the ceremony. Issei. Leave that in charge of Ravel's father, someone from the Phoenix family will give a good explanation or excuse at the end. If they give me evil piece, it will be an interceptor, and he will give them its use or see what to do about the ceremony. Can I refuse to do it? Rossweisse. I see. Elmenhold. In all this, one of the things we have to do is pretend that we don't know you. I'm afraid of Toka. Issei. Don't worry about her. Sincerely, Rossweisse has explained the situation to her. Also Toka is intelligent, she has a cunning sense. When I met her she was a cold warrior. She has her wit. 02. Darling. Issei. Yes 02. 02. If she is so clever, she explains why she tried to take a bite out of a pillow that is shaped like a bread. Issei. Well, they forced her to work and fight since she was a child. She was deprived of her freedom, so she could not know the peace that she now has, and now by having it she enjoys life more. 02. In summary. Issei. In short, yes. She developed an enormously childish side. 02. By the way, and what about you? Issei. She is making magic teleportation circles throughout the house. If an emergency occurs or the house explodes we can leave unharmed. Elmenhold. I'm worried about you preparing for a situation like this. Ravel. We live with Issei, what is the probability of that happening? Elmenhold. Rossweisse. 02. Ravel. Good idea putting those circles. Issei. Yes, even I think so. Elmenhold. By the way, I know that when attending the academy, we have to do some things like exercise and that, but I am a pureblood vampire. The sun will hurt me. Issei. I thought about it, that's why I think she can help you with it. Elmenhold. Really? Ravel. Her magic is extensive, without any problem you will be able to walk in the light of day. Issei. One thing to clarify, although it is obvious and I have said it many times, is that Isara doesn't know anything about me, and I hope it stays that way until the day she can comment on it. The same goes for Riaz and the others. Rossweisse. The Gremory family will be one of the reasons why we cannot act as if we know Issei, because the secrets they hide could come out. We must get to know each other, slowly interact with him, creating a situation of chance. Issei. Yes, it will be the best. 02. By the way, when will we announce our family? Ravel. I would say that we look for an appropriate place. Announcing a new family is not something that is done lightly, it requires an appropriate place. Issei. We have one. Ravel. Like that. Rossweisse. You won't talk about Issei. The meeting with the Nordic factions if I talk about that. Ravel. Odin invited us. Issei. If the old man said that we could go since we are upper class, apart from having his approval to attend there will be no problems. Elmenhold. What will we do until the day arrives? Issei. The holidays give us time to go to the meeting, as well as extra time to rest after it. What we will do before the meeting will define our family more. Rossweisse. What exactly are you talking about? Issei. Training. We must leave an excellent impression not only in manners, but in strength. If a new family is formed, it will attract the eyes of many people. We must make it clear that we can fight against the strong. Elmenhold. How exactly will we do that? Issei. The strong can develop a very strong pressure either by their power or simply by willpower. This pressure is different for each person. Bloodlust, murderous instinct or desire to kill is the power of just watching your enemy exert a domain of strength. Rossweisse. So that's our goal for now. Issei. Well, basically the objective of Elmenhold, Ravel, and 02. Ravel. Because Rossweisse, Lefay and Toka do not participate. Issei. Toka, as I said, is a warrior, her power is incredibly strong, and she already possesses murderous intent. Rossweisse is a Valkyrie, and thanks to the incident with Loki, I think that just by meditating on the situation, she will be able to achieve the murderous pressure. There is no need to train, and that gets stronger for the moment. Ravel. And damn, she doesn't seem like someone who has that pressure. Issei. She is a magician. Magic can generate pressure due to the enormous amount of magical power she has, since she is capable of using complex spells. It is similar to the pressure of the Grimoire and their power of destruction. Ravel. I understand. Issei. You three are basically left 02. She, like Toka, comes from another world for personal reasons that we all have. We did not ask anything about her home, and I think it will continue like that until she spoke voluntarily. No one should force someone to tell something, and even less yes, it can be painful. 02. Darling. Issei. You will talk when you want to. Smiles. 02. Yes. Issei. She is one of the hand-to-hand fighter types, but she still doesn't develop the pressure to kill. She needs to seek inspiration in combat. Ravel. In my case. Issei. In your case it is different, Phoenix, you develop your pressure through pride. You must remember that pride that you have in mind to not let anyone look down on you. Rossweisse. The years have made you very perceptive. Issei. That analytical way of things comes with extensive study. I suppose that years in a future where there was nothing had to make you expand your mind. Issei. In the Elmenhold case it is the easiest of all. Elmenhold. And me. Issei. You are a vampire. Bloodlust for a vampire is easy to develop. How do you impart fear to your enemy? How do you make him feel the cold on his skin that makes him crawl and make him tremble? Of all the three, you have it the easiest. Ravel. Then what kind of training will we have? Issei. Prepare the facilities below to fight. Each of you will train physically and psychologically. Elmenhold. I thought you would train us. Issei. It was my initial idea, but currently I have to deal with containing my strength, and I can't risk attracting attention in the city. Maybe we are not the only special ones. Rossweisse will take care of her training. Go downstairs and wait for her. With her tutoring, it will be easy for you. In such a short time to develop. After those words, everyone would leave, leaving Rossweisse and Issei alone. Rossweisse. Tell me the truth why you don't train them personally. That thing about containing your strength is not true. You had too much time counted in years in the future. Containing yourself must be easy. Issei. Because I don't think my body situation is easy. Rossweisse. What do you mean? Issei. I was training in the future for a long time. I could use the gems whenever I want and come back, but DXD wouldn't let me. I trained in all areas. Rossweisse. Issei. Issei. But. When I was ready when Drake and Albion were there I don't remember. Rossweisse. Hey. What are you saying? Issei. I remember the death of my children, the death of you, everyone who loves the destroyed world. But the only thing I don't remember is my training with the big red DXD. Rossweisse. Shakti, that's it. Issei. Something hard to believe, but it is like that. I know that I trained consciously, but my memories are blank, and I wonder how I know something without remembering it, but I don't get an answer no matter how much I think about it. Greg. Rossweisse, I can confirm my partner's words. Albion. We too, even we who are souls trapped in sacred devices, do not remember anything from the training. It is as if Issei's memories were crossed out. Issei. I try to remember the big red in me training, but my head hurts and then everything gets blurry to my eyes. I'm sure he did something to me and why he left in that timeline. Albion. Even we try to remember, but something prevents us from doing so. Greg. The big red is a supreme power existence, it should not be difficult for him to do so. Issei. So currently I think that I hide more strength in my body than it seems, that's why I avoid training. I don't want to hit without measuring the blow. Rossweisse. I understand, don't worry, I'll take care of helping those girls. Issei. Thank you, Rossweisse. Having said that, at the party you know that you will be the center of attention with that mask and with us on your side. Issei. Certainly the most important thing is that when Ria sees you and you get to know each other, it will be more problematic to go to Kuo High School, but I think that all of you will be intelligent and will know how to handle it. Rossweisse. I will start with training, we have many days before the meeting. Issei. I will be watching your progress. The days would begin to run, and in that time everyone would practice giving their all, although some frustrations in progress are generated by not having achievements. One day Issei found Ilmenhold wrapped with both of her legs, frustrated in tears. Ilmenhold. Sob sniff. Issei. I thought you would be practicing. Ilmenhold. And I'm useless because you want someone like me within your family. Issei. Ilmenhold. I forgot, she is a noble vampire, her pride is a rope that presses her, and I told her that it would be easy for her judging her race, not thinking about her as a person or in the case of her vampire. Ilmenhold. Ravel. Even 02 already have achievements. I'm still stuck. Issei. You are a talented vampire. Ilmenhold. There are better ones. Issei. There is always someone better, but that doesn't mean you're useless. Ilmenhold. That's what you say. Issei. You know we all have our ups and downs, but don't be sad because some advance faster than you, it is not the one who advances quickly who achieves greater results, it is the person who leaves the most solid foundations and reinforces what has been learned. Ilmenhold. Issei. Issei. You have talent, I said it would be easy and I'm sorry, the fact that you have talent does not make it easier, it makes it harder than any other, that talent progresses slowly, it is not bad, it is good because it tests you every day so as not to give up. Ilmenhold. Thank you, Issei. I don't know that you'll make it at all. The days continued to pass, the members trained daily, and those who did not had another role to perform. Thoka. Sorry if I'm a little clumsy at dancing. Issei. You're not doing it well, you just need to practice more. Thoka. The upper classes dance. Issei. Normally yes and you can refuse to dance, but it is not good to refuse all the time, it can cause social problems. Thoka. Any advice? Issei. What I learned from the upper classes is simple, be strong and never be afraid of them. Thoka. I'll take you at your word. Issei. It's good to see how quickly they have developed. Thoka. Yes, I hope we are all ready. So after a while Odin's official invitation arrived. Issei. A letter from Odin. Rossweisse. What does it say? Issei. Smiles, it's a confirmation, the old pervert wants to make a fuss. Finally the day of the meeting had arrived. Underworld. Surziches. It is good to have your presence Odin-sama, it is a shame about Loki. Odin. There is nothing to regret, the same seal his destiny, you cannot save those who do not want to be saved. Surziches. That's true. Rias. We hope you like this meeting. Odin. Oh, so this is your sister, big breasts and good figure, she's a great match. Azazel. As always, you don't leave your perverted side behind, old Odin. Odin. Azazel, the person I most expected to see, I heard that one of your friends trains the bearer of red. Azazel. That's right. Odin. I can meet her. Azazel. Of course you laugh. Rias. Yes, Isara, can you come for a moment? At that moment, the walking of a girl was heard who was wearing a beautiful blue dress, and her silky, long and soft hair matched her red lipstick. Isara. It's a pleasure to meet you. Odin. Just what I thought. Rias, you have a beautiful girl by your side. Rias. I appreciate her honesty, I also think that she is strong and someone valuable. Odin. You have that same resemblance to him. Isara. He. Odin. Or sorry, this old man was lost in the memories of him. But keep in mind that talent does not always bring happiness. This old man has known many young people who have already perished by their own talent. I hope you have a bright future. Isara. Thank you for his words, bows politely. Surziches. We would like to start the treaty, but there are still people to arrive. Odin. Don't worry, Surziches, I can assure you that no one outside will cause problems now, and I'm also waiting for guests that I want to present. Surziches. That's interesting, guests of Odin himself. Odin. Long ago I met a talented young man who took the promotion exam and is now a high-ranking demon who created his own family. Rias. That's interesting, some demons create families, but they belong to a branch of birth, of which branch is the Odin. Shakes his head in denial, he doesn't belong to any family in the underworld, he created a new family from scratch. Surziches. What, I didn't hear about it. Odin. The family has not made themselves known, I decided to introduce them now when they arrive. Isara. That's so impressive. Rias. Yes, as you know, apart from the noble families, there are normal demons that are independent of themselves, they are not related to the families, few of them have talent, and even fewer decide to create one, the majority join a known family. Since many demons at the same time starting a family, they must recruit talented people, and that is not easy when other families monopolize them. Isara. They must be amazing. Odin. One of her members is from my faction. I decided to give him up because she wanted to have a good relationship with him, plus she chose him and the others are peculiar, believe me, she may even have new members. Surziches. For Odin to want him as an ally, he must be someone very capable. I will be waiting to meet him. At that point one of the guards would arrive and whisper in Odin's ear. Odin. It seems they have arrived. At that moment Odin approached the door, all the guests in the room were waiting for Odin's response. Odin. Gentlemen, I present to my guests the Issei family. At that moment the footsteps were heard. Asara. Shock. Riaz. It's. Surziches. This is a real surprise. The atmosphere became serious because the person with a mask who entered was the one who saved Riaz, known as Mr. Mystery, and Rossweisse holding hands with him. Rossweisse. I look good, this black dress is a little embarrassing. Issei. You look beautiful. Rossweisse. Thank you. Issei blushes. Behind him was Ravel from the Phoenix clan, which was already a serious matter. Ilmenhold and LaFay were walking next to Issei, who were unknown to the others, but they gave a good impression, and LaFay had a happy expression. Besides Toka and 02, who no one knew, but they were two really beautiful women. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown in left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.